Hello. My name is Cassidy. I originally did come here to speak on an agenda item, but I'm going to switch that up a little bit. Tonight I would like to talk about censorship. I noticed after I left last night when I went to watch the publicly recorded hearing of the public meeting from Monday evening, my portion was cut out. And that could be an accident, but I don't think it really works that way when you're recording on live, so I don't believe so. Especially after talking to a lot of my community who was here with me 2 nights ago who said theirs was cut out as well. So I think that people are getting scared, probably. Like the gentleman before me said, a lot of us are waking up most of us have known for a while, but a lot of people are just now realizing how deep the corruption goes. So after talking with my communities, knowing that a lot of us were cut out from the recording last week, I obviously did some research and seeing that public meetings are supposed to be open to the public no matter what, and that includes having a properly recorded video of that meeting and publicly putting that meeting publicly where anybody can have available access to it without any editing or interfering. Not accusing, but I am going to be filing a Freedom of Information request and possibly filing a lawsuit if I do find out that things were purposefully manipulated. So, thank you everybody for showing up on this beautiful day. I would like to talk about how we the people have more power than we think we do. I believe there's a class war in America and that we are intentionally divided. Racism, sexism, homophobia, political party division, it is all a fame that's fed by political acts of violence to keep us distracted and keep us mad at each other, rather than taking out all of this energy and directing it towards a small number of people that they tell us are in charge. Are you in charge, though? That's my real question. Everyone said that the thing I'm not allowed to talk about right now was a done deal. The decision was made behind closed doors. So my question is, if we as a nation openly understand that the people we elect to represent us do not care about us, what do we do now? Now that it's a yes, we did it. We talked for 14 hours and it's still a yes. What do we do? They want us to sigh and move on, drink the poisoned water, breathe the polluted air, watch our mothers die of stroke from the noise pollution, because rules are rules. These dozen or so people said, death is worth the money. Our death is worth the money, so we must oblige.
Councilman, I think she's going.
I think you're on the edge.
I'm on the edge. All right, well, I think you are. So when is enough enough? At what point do we finally say this has gone too far and we will no longer die for their money hoarding? What's our motivation to continue complying? I don't have one anymore. I think we do have a good start to stopping this cycle. It was kind of satisfying watching the suits have to wait another 2 days for a vote they knew was in the bag. We sat here for 14 hours and after work, all of the things we had to do to get here, the least they could do is put more money into our local businesses, right? The visible anger, the size of annoyance when you realize you'd have to sit through this again. I bet it was frustrating having to hear from the population of the city you plan to infest. I'm sure you are exhausted.
I think she's getting.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes?
I think you've now.
I got 30.
No.
I got 30 more seconds.
No.
Slow it down. Demand answers. The point is disrupting the process. The point is slowing it down. This was the point. You may have thought you won, but the point is slowing it down. Be picky where you spend your money. Do not support the people in this room. The only people who benefit from our fear of resistance is them. I'm not saying it shouldn't be scary, but I'd rather be scared in the face of change than scared every time they want to build a new death camp. No justice, no peace, and there's no more room in this. There's no justice in the room, so there's no longer room for peace. You're not nice. You murder us.
Okay, is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening on a non-agenda item?